the defense. This prosecutor comes in here with all this information about me, and I'm not able to talk to my attorney to have a defense. It's ridiculous. This is a ridiculous court. A competency. Oh my God, I'm competent. And I did nothing wrong. All I did was shop at Kroger's. And you guys took advantage of me. You came up with a fake video. And of course, Biden administration have been caught making fake videos. Man, this is a kangaroo court. Wanted list. It's ridiculous. All I was doing was shopping, and I was in a bad mood because I was being discriminated against with artificial intelligence online. It doesn't let me talk to people. I moved here to a new place, to Ipsy from Chelsea, having no friends, no real family, and internet, the people that control the internet don't let me talk to people, to find new friends and family. People lift me up in spirit, give me hugs and kisses.
In a truly mind-bending turn of events, the courtroom today becomes a stage for a defendant whose narrative veers wildly from the norm. As a grocery store altercation has landed this man in hot water, but his tale stretches far beyond the usual legal disputes. This defendant seems to be navigating through a labyrinth of conspiracy theories, pointing fingers at the government and even AI technology for his inability to forge online friendships. His claims sound like a plot straight out of a sci-fi thriller, with accusations of sinister forces thwarting his cybersocial life. So Judge Washington, renowned for her calm demeanor, faces a peculiar challenge today. The defendant's outlandish claims, delving into realms of paranoia, have raised serious concerns about his mental well-being and competence to stand trial. Will Judge Washington manage to untangle the web of this defendant's thoughts and bring a semblance of clarity to this bizarre case? Or will the extreme nature of this man's claims lead to an evaluation of his mental competency? Stay tuned as the court navigates through a whirlwind of conspiracy theories in search of justice and clarity. And make sure to subscribe to our sister channel, Crime Time 365.
The court will call the case of the state of Michigan versus Kevin Allgood, case number 22S-00659.
Richmond, Deputy for the People.
Assistant Public Defender Chinazi Kiriakin on behalf of Mr. Kevin Allgood, Judge. Mr. Allgood, could you state your name for the record?
Mr. Allgood, you need to unmute, sir.
Kevin Scott Allgood.
Thank you, Mr. Allgood. All right, today's the day and time that we have scheduled for a final settlement conference. There is also a violation of community corrections report. And I believe the prosecutor has a motion.
That's correct, Your Honor. If we could just approach very briefly, so I could share a couple of things with counsel on the ground.
Thank you. All right, we're back on the record in the state of Michigan versus Kevin Allgood. Ms. Duffy, I believe you have a motion.
That's correct, Your Honor. So we, in turn, I'll address the motion first, or the request from the people. In this matter, at our last pretrial, Mr. Allgood mentioned, he made it very clear that he was rejecting any offers that were extended by the people, that he was not interested in taking any pleas. And he began to speak about the incident, and he made quite a few representations on the record with respect to, I'll refer to them as conspiracy theories, and his basis for thinking that a number of different authorities, sources, and organizations have been interfering in his rights in this case. So I think that some flags went up at that time with some concerns about competency. Since that time, I have been made aware that Mr. Allgood has a regular sort of stream of social media where he makes additional representations about his feelings with respect to elected officials, government officials, this court, the prosecutor, his defense counsel in this case. And so with more of those representations with respect to him feeling like big tech, et cetera, that government officials are interfering in his communication and his social media, and making direct references to this case itself, the people are even more concerned that Mr. Allgood needs to be assessed so that we can ensure he's actually competent and able to contribute to his own defense. The people are not comfortable proceeding to trial until we can get that confirmed, and that doesn't appear to be so on our behalf. So I have submitted a request for an evaluation to the court and for defense counsel's review so that we can get that done before we go any further in this case.
Before I hear from Ms. Ikuria, are you able to proceed in this matter, Ms. McDuffie?
We are, this matter is count one charge attempt R&O and count two drunken disorderly. And so this is a law enforcement issue primarily with respect to those two charges. There are additional witnesses from the store location that could also be present as well, but it's a LEO charge with respect to those two.
Thank you. Ms. Ikuria.
Your Honor, I had an opportunity to speak with Mr. Allgood in the breakout room. I did inform him of the notice that the people sent over this morning for the referral for competency. He has asked that we object to that particular referral. I leave it in the court's discretion. I do not have Mr. Allgood and he has called our office a number of times. However, I have not been able to reach him to have substantial communication with him. I have some concerns as well. I am aware I was present at the last hearing and the direction in which that particular hearing took. We just leave whatever the court's decision is to their discretion today.
Given the representations that have been made by the prosecutor in this case regarding Mr. Allgood's live streaming of information and accusations against elected officials and conspiracy theories regarding this particular matter, and given the fact that the people are able to proceed in this case, I am going to grant the prosecutor's request for a referral for competency, and in the hopes that Mr. Allgood will cooperate with that process and they can make an assessment as to whether or not he understands the nature of the charges against him and is able to participate in his defense. I'll make that referral and schedule this for a competency hearing for October the 5th. I'll sign the order referring Mr. Allgood. Mr. Allgood, can you please unmute your device, sir? You're not muted, so everything you're saying, I can't hear a word of it. Mr. Allgood.
It's just like the defense attorney. They act like I had a defense. I had plenty of time at the defense. This prosecutor comes in here with all this information about me, and I'm not able to talk to my attorney to have a defense. It's ridiculous. This is a ridiculous court. A competency. Oh my God, I'm competent. And I did nothing wrong. All I did was shop at Kroger's. And you guys took advantage of me. You came up with a fake video. And of course, Biden administration have been caught making fake videos. Man, this is a kangaroo court.
Okay. Mr. Allgood, are you going to participate with the forensic department and when they schedule your interview, sir?
What choice do I got? Really? You know what I mean? What choice do I really got? Because you have the power over me. Just because you have the power don't mean you're right.
That might be true, sir. I can agree with that.
That's very true.
But you need to participate with them, okay?
I'm not a lawbreaker.
All right. I appreciate that. I'm going to bring this back on October the 5th, 2023 at
I was shopping at Kroger's.
9 a.m. for a competency review. Your bond is conditioned on you actually participating with the forensic department so that they can make a determination. And if they make a decision that you're competent, then you can fully go forward with your trials, sir. Okay?
And Your Honor,
Ma'am, can I say something? Ma'am, real quick. Now the defense attorney says she admitted just a minute ago that I try to call him a lot and I try to call him and contact him to get a defense. Now, what happens right now, for some reason, I'm not being able to get a hold of people. Now you're sitting there talking about a competency thing. How do I know I'll be able to contact them, set up a date, go in and fill in the circles and talk to them? When can I do that? So I'm at right now. You tell me. So it's not like given a wrong time where I missed it purposely because they give me the wrong date and time, or they don't answer the phone at all. It's ridiculous that my lawyer didn't have me ready for this, and your prosecutor's all ready with everything. It's ridiculous.
Mr. Allgood, are you still at the window? And I don't want you to say the full address, but are you still at the
Yes,
window?
ma'am.
Okay,
Yes,
so
ma'am.
what's going to happen is the forensic department is going to send a letter to you at that
Okay.
particular address. Okay, so look out for that letter. And
Okay.
then if you have any questions, like if you haven't heard in a couple weeks, they send a letter to this court also. So you can also call this court in a couple weeks to see if we have the letter as well. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
So that way you have several opportunities to try to make sure that you know what the date is. Okay.
I just want to say it's low of the court, but I gotta do. I obey the law.
I appreciate that, sir. Thank you.
And before we go, Your Honor, I just want to make sure, with respect to the bond violation, I want to make it clear, Mr. Allgood was apparently under the impression that he had been told that he didn't need to test any longer. So I want to make sure we clear that up.
Mr. Allgood.
My lawyer said that she was going to stop testing me because obviously I was passing them all. I'm on Social Security and it costs like $14 for each test. I went hungry because I had to pay for all these tests or whatever. And my attorney, or that was an assistant attorney, said, Kevin, we're going to petition the court that you stop because you've been going to these, you're clean, and there's no reason why they should keep you doing it. I mean, all I was doing is shopping at Kroger's. It's ridiculous. I spent 20 days in lockup, 20 days in lockup for shopping at Kroger's.
Well, sir, what you're charged with is resisting obstructing a police officer and being drunk and a disorderly person.
Right, and they don't have no evidence of that. If you let me talk to my defense attorney, they did not take a blood test. They did not take a breathalyzer. I was not drunk. It's all lies. He assaulted me.
Okay. Well,
it's a fake video. Even the fake that.
Did you talk to your attorney?
How can anyone have a fair trial?
Did you talk to your attorney today, Mr.
Will you do me a favor? Will you get her under oath that she is going to give me plenty of time for a defense? Will you get her under oath saying that? My defense attorney, because I call them all the time. They hang up on me. It's like they are in a conspiracy.
Did you talk to your attorney today, Mr. Allgood?
Just on here, she said that first time I ever saw her, I said, wow, great to see you. I haven't saw you before. And I proceeded to talk to her about, when I call, I would like for you guys to, to have a defense. It seems your prosecutor was ready for me. I wasn't even allowed to say one word to my defense lawyer. And I had to come in here all prepared. This is low.
All right, Mr. Allgood, your defense attorney is going to reach back out to you, and you're not going to be going to trial just yet because you're going to talk to forensics department. Once they say that you're ready to go, then we will talk more to your attorney about making. Did he just hang up? Okay. I think. All right, bond is continued. He needs to test. You need to reach out. He's still there. Mr. Allgood, you need to test, sir.
See, ma'am, I did nothing wrong. I obey the law. And you guys are treating me like I'm the first class felon, like I'm on top of the FBI most wanted list. It's ridiculous. All I was doing was shopping, and I was in a bad mood because I was being discriminated against with artificial intelligence online. It doesn't let me talk to people. I moved here to a new place, to Ipsy from Chelsea, having no friends, no real family, and internet. They, the people that control the internet don't let me talk to people to find new friends and family. People lift me up in spirit, give me hugs and kisses.
It appears that he's supposed to be testing. I'm not sure.
And I
about
complained, and it should be entered in evidence that I complained to my officer, or what, that woman that's in charge of my testing. I complained to her. I kept trying to get a hold of my attorney and calling them, and they kept hanging up on me. And I told her,
But
I
I
said,
don't see
Lash,
that
they keep
complaint,
hanging up
sir.
on me. They won't let me talk to her. And they act like I'm the problem. What they do is they do things to get you mad. So you're yelling and screaming or whatever. They want you like that. And it's like, look, I just want a fair defense. Why is it so hard?
I don't see where you made that complaint to them, but I do see where you said you
Yeah,
did.
to the woman.
Let me finish talking.
Yes, ma'am.
It says that you said you didn't have money to test. That part is in the report, sir.
Right. Well, I mean, she called me at home, and I told her, I said that my assistant attorney or whatever, he wasn't an attorney, but who was given to me the last court date, said, I'm going to make a motion that you don't have to go and test anymore because you've been clean and you showed up clean and there's no problem with it. And I said, okay, great. So I stopped going, and she called me, and I told her, the head of that place, I said, I'm trying to get a hold of my lawyer, and my lawyer, the people that answer the phone keep yelling at me and hanging up. It's because of my politics. I started my politics. I have good politics, Judge. Black Lives Matter, in the year of Black Lives Matter, right? That black babies in the womb matter. I'm a Christian. I love black babies. They should have a right to live. Just because if I say a black baby has a right to dribble a basketball in Georgetown in college, instead of getting chopped up for campaign contributions, just because my politics are better than Obama's and they come after me with all these deep state practices to make me look bad, to try to get me incarcerated, doesn't mean it's right.
It looks like his testing right now is supposed to be what they call intermediate. So I think he's probably testing 3 times per month. Given the fact that he has been making these complaints about not being able to afford it, I am going to reduce it since he's going to be referred for competency and he'll be on bond for some time. I want to have him test once per month. And if you ever test positive, sir, then that's going to be increased again. But right now I'm going to have you testing 1 time per month. Okay.
Well, I got a question for you. Isn't the penalty too severe? I spent 20 days in jail, and they're supposed to be, I mean, it's ridiculous. I was just shopping. Okay.
So that's something that we have to,
and the fake video obscures me. They don't see me standing peacefully in line when the cop comes up to me. They artificially put something in the middle of the aisle to obstruct me standing peacefully in line. It's a fake video. They have me have a big beer belly. So if a jury sees it, they see a big beer belly. Oh, well, subconsciously, we don't like him because he's ugly. He has a big beer belly. They did that to me.
all right, sir. So your testing is now 1 time per month, and I'll see you back here on October 5th, okay?
Okay. October 5th. And so I'm going to get a letter. The next move, they send a letter for the competency and I cooperate with them. All right.
Correct.
And that's okay. All right.
All right. Thank you.
I'm sorry, once a month, is at the beginning of the month, I go into Hogback and take a test.
You have to call, sir, so that they'll tell
Okay.
you exactly when that is. Okay?
All right. All right.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
All comments, viewpoints, interpretations, and insights expressed in this video are for education and entertainment purposes. All individuals featured in the video are to be presumed innocent until proven guilty in a court of law. Please do not attempt to contact, locate, or engage with any individuals featured in the video.